Welcome back to True to Horse. I decided to film today because yesterday I brought popcorn out and showed the bags and put the right foundation on them. And today while I was getting ready to work, I started working on a vertical. So, I figured, well, shoot, this would be a good thing to show on YouTube, because I've talked about vertical a little bit, but not one in detail. At least I don't think I did. Anyway, so the vertical is important, and as I'm working her, she knows how to give to the bit a little bit on the vertical, which means up and down. So I'm going to get her moving out. I'm going to hold my hand steady. I want her to find that sweet spot. And the vertical, when I got a horse on a vertical, they're more apt to use their hind end. It's easier to teach how to side pass and stop or better back and everything. It all comes through that neck and pole area. So that's the importance of it. And that's when I get my horses on a vertical and teach them what that bit is and get on the vertical, it's so much easier to teach them the other stuff. And when I'm riding around, you'll see me hold her on the vertical for a little bit, and I'll let her have her head and let her get strung out a little bit and get back on the vertical again and let her strung out. But as long as she's pushing on my hands, I'm not going to let go of it. I want her to find that sweet spot her own. I want her to be responsible for her own actions. And I'm using horses like her, like I said in the last video the first video of her. She has been ridden about 4 years. And prior to that, it was only 5 times, just to rehash it. And so I use horses, with me having an advantage of using horses like this and show horses that, like her, show what can be done. And now I'm getting a lot of comments where some of y'all are applying what I'm showing you, and I'm getting good comments from it, so keep it up. So anyway, so I'm going to grab her mouth. She's coming to my hand softly. Now, what's helped her getting on the vertical so well already is my lateral work. I never taught this horse how to back up or side pass, and while I'm working on a vertical, but I have taught her how to move away from my leg. Somebody just asked me how long it takes to teach a horse side pass. Some horses I can get them taught in 5 minutes. It all depends on everything. To me, everything's a natural progression. I get them used to moving off my leg and everything else. So, side passes just falls right into place in the way I train. So anyway, I'm going to, first off, before I ask her to move out, I'm always going to go back to the lateral. Bend her one way. This is my warm-up, not running around like a banshee, but right here. I might add my legs there, look at that hip, move that hip around, go the other way, look at that hip, move the hip around, go the other way, move the hip around, so that way I know I'm stretching her out. Right now I'm just going to gently grab her mouth. Like I said, I have worked on her vertical, and I don't, we had this comment, and I might have brought it up already before, about the baby gives. Baby gives to me is that first time. After that, I don't have baby gives. Like right now, I grab her mouth, I expect her to hold that nice and soft like she is until I let go of it. I want this horse to be responsible for its own actions. I don't want to completely think for this horse. said, I want a thinking horse underneath me. So I'm going to ask her to just walk out. As she's walking out, I'm going to grab her face. I'll make her hold this. Push that nose up. I'm going to hold it. I'm going to hold it, hold it. I'm pushing that nose up. Got my hands down low. I start out with my hands at the right at the pommel on each side of it. Just gonna walk her out and hold my hand steady. Bump her forward. I'm just gonna move her around. Yeah, she's gonna push on this bit. I mean, that's why she's naturally, horses natural do is push on me. So, all right, there I'll sit. Now right there you saw a nice stop. And, you know, she was on the vertical. And that's when she got soft in my hands there for a second, so I took that opportunity. I just quit riding and she slammed on the brakes for me. And we just started at this at a walk. I gather her up, make her walk out. Ask for a stop again. I'm going to hold that. Now, if it never asks this horse to back up, so I'm sort of going right backwards for a little bit. She takes one step back, I'll leave her alone. I'll gather. Now, I work on my back. I try to work on while she's walking forward. I'm going to get her soft on the vertical. I'm going to ask to stop. I'm going to sort of push her backwards. And then we'll walk her forward again. Like I said, I've never asked this horse to back up. This is going to be the first time on all this stuff. So I want to show it. And how important that vertical is. So she's on the vertical. I quit riding. Hold my hand steady. Backs up a little more. I always go with my back. I work on a little bit of time at first. And like right then, she was willing to back up. I'm an opportunist, so I'm going to take it. Get back on the vertical. Every time, right there, she threw her head up, but my hands didn't change. Even on backing up, you notice my hands ain't changing. I'm using my body to back her up, not my hands. She's already in play right there for a little bit while she was backing up. So I didn't have to. And I'm not going to pull. Gather up again. She wanted to trot. I'm not going to stop her. I quit riding. Let her settle. I'm going to start letting her settle after we back up. We'll work her, put her in frame again. Right now I might shorten my rein a little bit. Give her a little bit of leg. Frame again. Give her a little bit left leg that time. She moved off of it. I'm going to let her have it. Here on vertical again. Give her a little bit of leg. And she's going to fight it because she don't not quite clear what I'm asking of it. So I'm just not going to push it. I'm just not going to worry about anything. I'm just going to hold my hand steady